Break the board sports. It's your boy RJ Cash. Click that like, hit subscribe. Here we are. We are just less than 24 hours away now from the NFL divisional playoffs. On Saturday, we got two games. We got two games on Sunday, and then Monday night, national championship game, Miami, Indiana. Click that like, hit subscribe. Go to Break the Board Sports. First 30 days, half off, $32.99. Scroll down to the bottom there, and you can get it at breaktheboardsports.com. If we're not up a minimum 5 units, you get the next 2 months through March Madness for free, every play, every sport. Hopping over. So what we're going to look at in this show is Vegas versus the betting public, kind of where things are starting to settle in. Now, you're going to get a lot of steamroll here coming. We're about midday, lunchtime on the East Coast on a Friday. You're going to get a lot of steam start to come in till about noon tomorrow, and then pretty much all your bets are going to level out. Now, for the national championship game, there's still some time. Let's hop into where we're sitting at right now. Now, the Miami Hurricanes playing in their home stadium, Hard Rock, but it's not really a true home game, in my opinion. Not just because tickets are 50-50 that they hand out, but it's not like Miami has a campus. It's more the Miami Dolphins Stadium. It's not like a campus game. It's not like this game's being played like Penn State's playing at Penn State, or if Indiana was at Indiana, or USC's playing in the Coliseum. Even that one's kind of out there. Take that back. Alabama playing at Tuscaloosa, right? So it's not even though it's their home stadium, I don't think there's a huge home advantage. Those Indiana fans, the way they travel to Atlanta, they're going to show out and come in droves. Now, the line opened up 7. It's quickly been bet up. Remember, if you go back to our very first show covering the national championship, check that out, I said when it was set, I said, listen, this thing's going to go 8.5, 9. Well, in about 72 hours, I was right. Went to 8.5. It is held at 8.5, but I still expect there to be some steam keep rolling on Indiana, because everywhere on TV, the betting public, 2 good bookmakers I know in Vegas, been friends with as I spend half my time out there. Everybody says it's Indiana. Right now, Indiana, 8.5-point favorite. 47.5 is the total. Now, across all books, Indiana, 75% ticket count, 83% handle. The Miami Hurricanes, 25% ticket count, 17% handle. Look, the total on this, 47.5, 77% ticket count, 55% of the handle. Going to the over, 23% of ticket count, 45% of the handle. Going to the under here in this one. Again, this game, I think this is going to be a classic. I really do. I say this all the time. I wouldn't be surprised anything that happens in sports, right? I think we kind of need to get over that. Anything can happen in sports. But I think when you look at this overall, it's just going to be an instant classic. I think it's a tight game. I'll go contrarian here. Now, remember, and you can't bet like this all the time, but there are spots. You had the college football semifinals. Both favorites won and covered, right? Now you got the national championship game. Everybody's on Indiana. This could very much look like LSU that just rolled. But I'm gonna be contrarian here. I'm gonna take Miami, but I'm gonna wait till late Monday. It's not gonna go down 8.5. You're gonna get a good number there. I like Miami plus 8.5. I also think there's a little bit of a joust here early on. But I think as the game goes on, I think between Tony and then Marion's so underrated, outside receiver of Miami. I think Carson Beck's going to be able to find them and make plays. And again, Miami Hurricanes, number 1 sack defense in the nation. I think they're going to be able to get after Mendoza a little bit. They're bigger on the lines than Indiana. I think they're going to be able to hold their own. I also like it's juiced heavily, right? It's minus $1.60, so I just want to be transparent there. But I love the under 24.5 for the first half in that game. I think that gets home. So right now, Vegas is going to need the Miami Hurricanes. Almost every book is going to need the Miami Hurricanes, as to where Miami is where it's going for the public side of things. Again, click that like, hit subscribe. NFL, let's move over to Saturday. The Buffalo Bills opened as a 1.5-point favorite. Now they're catching 1.5. Right now, 60% of tickets and money on the Bills, 40% on the Broncos. That's pretty much the consensus. 45.5 is your total, and that's split about 50-50 as well. So this game is straight up, and I also think it's the biggest coin flip game of the weekend. It's the game that I'm the most unsure about when I look down through all the games. Look, I think either way, I think 7-pointers, 10-pointers, I think there's some good opportunities here. I think by the time you get to game time, it's going to be an even 50-50. A lot of your TV personalities and people like that really on the Denver Broncos here to get home. I think this is a great spot. This is the best game on the board, I think, when we look back, that is going to be really good for in-game betting when it gets down to it. So that's kind of the way that's trending. When you look at the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks, right now that line's 7. There's a couple 7.5 still left. Again, about 50-50, so great two-way action. But the over under here on this one, 44.5, 42% ticket count, 25% of the handle over, 58% ticket count, 75% of the handle under. Now, I know that was a very low-scoring game. The defense is 8th the last time. Seattle on the break, Sam Darnold with the oblique injury. I think this could sneakingly end up like something like 20, 24, 20 or something like that. Keep an eye on that total. If that total, by any chance, was to get under 44, I would go over. That would be enough steam to move it down for me. Now, listen, as I've said, again, good two-way action, but I think you 7-point tees both sides. I think the Seattle pick with the San Francisco 49ers plus 14.5. I think either way you're going to be good. Ultimately, I think Seattle moves on. Houston Texans, New England Patriots, mostly 3.5s out there. There's a couple 3s left, but the ticket count about 50-50, a little slight to the Patriots, 55%, but the Patriots getting 75% of the money. Books are going to need the Texans in this one. A lot of people are going to be really square here and take the Patriots-Broncos matchup. Now, your total 40.5, 73% of ticket count, 75% of the handle under, 27% of ticket count, 25% of the handle going over. I would just caution people, C.J. Stroud actually had some better numbers than Drake May this past weekend. And Drake May, second-year quarterback, though he's at home, is going against the number 1 ranked defense in the NFL, very turnover-generated defense. And here's the other thing. When you look at this, the Chargers, the Patriots only managed to put up 16 points last week against the Chargers. I think they're going to have their hands full with this Texans team. Books, as it trends right now, only 25% of the money. We're going to see the books be on the side of the Houston Texans. Obviously, I think also avoiding a Patriots money line, you're going to have a lot of people laying that $1.70, $1.75 on the money line with the Patriots. So just be careful there. And then the last game, which outside of Buffalo, Denver, I think when we look back on the weekend, this will be the, if not the best, the second best game. This game, the Rams, Bears, and Bills, Rams, 2 best games of the week, in my opinion. Rams opened up a 4.5-point favorite. They're down to 3.5. But early on, a lot of love Bears. Remember, earlier in the week like this, you're going to see a lot of pros money coming in, 60% of ticket count, 66% of the handle. And now the total, 48.5 here, about 60-40, 60% of tickets to the over, 40% to the under in this one. Again, Matthew Stafford, 1-9 in these cold weather games. But listen, I think the Bears have no answer for Nakua and Adams. I don't care how cold it is. I know the Bears have created a lot of turnovers. But, man, if the Rams don't turn it over, it's going to be a really hard path for the Bears. Right now, only 34% of the money on the Rams. Is the Bears going to be the trendy dog of the weekend? I think when we look back, might be a little fugazi here on the Bears. Now, I will say this. I think the game's going to be close. I think you're going to have, when we look back, it's either going to be a Matthew Stafford-led drive to win the game or Caleb Williams throwing a pick at the end. But right now, books are going to be on the side of Miami. Two-way action, Bills, Broncos. They're going to be on the side. Believe it or not, here as of right now, they're going to need Seattle to cover the number. They're going to need the Texans. And the way it's looking, again, good two-way action. But right now, it's looking like they're going to need the Rams. When you look into it again, my 2 favorite plays, I like Miami plus 8.5 here in the national championship game. And then the NFL, if I had to make one play, if I was only allowed to make one bet, it would be a 2-team 7-point teaser. Give me the Bills plus 8.5 and the Seahawks to win for Saturday. I think that ticket is golden. Again, go to breaktheboardsports.com. It's your boy RJ Cash Cole giving you stats, trends, information to help you with your handicap. Whether you fade or follow, hope you win your bets. God bless and happy handicap.